Hello and welcome. And I made a spreadsheet, and within the spreadsheet, it's playing a game, going over the real data of the past. And I got a lot of days here. I don't. This might be many parts to do. How I've got this set up is U.S. dollar own, which starts with 0. Bitcoin own, we'll start with 1 Bitcoin. GRS, which is the altcoin we're going to focus on. Well, you don't own any to start. It'll display what the Bitcoin price is. We're going to start at $236.07. So we'll assume that's what you started with. Hey, I can put like a little under 250 in and play the game. The price of the altcoin will be 79. The Bitcoin value, that's the value of everything that you own. Right now you own 1 Bitcoin, and well, that's worth 1 Bitcoin, and how much your Bitcoin is worth in US dollars. So therefore, we're going to be able to buy and sell GRS with Bitcoin and buy and sell US dollars with Bitcoin. We'll use these columns to buy and sell the altcoin, and this column for the dollar. I have a few columns on here. I'm just going to show you the columns. We can just scroll it there. Order notes, nothing here. If I need to put order, I'm going to probably use it. And of course, this is a trade section that I shown. The game, and this is where we're going to see the prices. What I do is I put a number here, and that's going to insert all of the data, the Bitcoin price and the high, low, and close. So within trades, we're going to start off, and while we're in the game, the price is 79 Satoshi. So we'll put in the price, 79, and it's what the Satoshi price is in here. And let's just assume you want to buy a $250,000. How much would that cost? 0.194. Well, technically, if you own one, that's 20% of your balance. You could even get away with going maybe 350,000 because, heck, even 400. Because if you're putting in even half, that's fine. In my book, I feel. 40% I think is nice, but this is only 31% of your bankroll. And I know it goes up, but I can't remember what the early movements is. So within the raw data, this is everything that I've gotten downloaded from both the altcoin and the Bitcoin price. And the way it's set up is if this number is here is greater than 0, then display the numbers. So therefore, let's assume, and I'm just gonna when we get to the trades, think yeah, I probably would have sold X amount and everything, but so for buying at 72, where do we want to buy back at? Maybe 51, and maybe sell at 90, or even 108. And let's go to the next day. Let's go like 1. And then I see the high, the Bitcoin price changing. We're waiting for 51 or 108. Not there. Not there. And at this point for Bitcoin prices, it was at a $500 high. Excuse me, $1,000 high rather. And it's fallen down. So it's a similar period to where we stand today. You think, okay, the Bitcoin prices are down a bit. Here we have 97. Okay, it's getting close. Not quite there. 105 was a high. So on that day, we would make a sale at the 108 price point. So we'll put in 108. Now, if I own 400,000, probably sell about 50,000. And we can see how the numbers will change up here. Okay, so back to the game. After that one, we'll buy back. Maybe after 108, maybe 72 and sell it, say, 144. And well, that goes right there to the 149. So 144, let's just now do 45,000. And the Bitcoin value is 1.25 now. Bitcoin price is 223. Let's go back to the game. And again, we just had another sale, so let's go 106 and 188. Well, the 106 hits the next day. So price 106. Last time we sold 45,000 GRS, so we could probably buy like 55,000, and it would cost that. So how much would 65,000 cost? Little less, so 60,000. That's pretty much it. So we just gained 15,000 on this trade at the 106 number. So we'll buy next at say 85, and then 145 will go. I'm just gonna move this down here. So 85 or 145 I'm looking for, not there. Well, there we see the 145 sale that would hit. So we'll do a little bit more, maybe that we did before, maybe 48,000 this time. And we'll just maybe go a little lower than 106 next time, maybe 103, and go maybe 195 for the next sale. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Not quite. Close at 190. Okay. And you're closing at 266 as well. So 195 we're going to work on. So let's just go 42,000 there. We'd be down to 275. But the price is 266. So I want to get another one, maybe 38,000. Okay. So now we got the BT value up to 1.62 in dollar terms, 381. Let's go back to the game. And after all of that, I want to buy back at a much, much lower price. In fact, I'd want like two buybacks ready to go. Maybe one at 171 and one at 105, and then the next sell at say 349. And nothing there. That goes to 125, so the 171 would buy back. And what I could do is, when the buyback occurs, I can bold it. So I'm going to bold this as part of a buyback, and we're going to be buying back this one here. So therefore, what we had last time was 38,000 at 0.10. What does 60,000 do? 0.10, but a little less. So let's go 55. Or even 58 for that matter, because then it's just almost what the price was, because it was basically just a hair over 0.1, and this is a hair under 0.1 now. And we'll bold this because that's already been a completed buyback. We have the first trade completed on the other side. Okay, so that was done it again at 171. So after buying at 171, we're going to reduce the sell order maybe 255 and place another buy order in at maybe 51, and even just another sell order at 444. Well, 255 was close. Or 267 hit, so no, it wasn't close, it hit. So we're going to do the 255 sell. And last time we did 38,000 and we bought 58, so let's just do 42,000. Still on 253, so that's fine. And I might as well, while I'm at it, stick a comma in here. And I own a full Bitcoin almost with my 253 worth 1.62. So already in this game, I'd be feeling great value, even with Bitcoin prices at the time just staying pat. Okay, so here we are. So we have the 255 sell. So after that, the next buy on this would be maybe 161, and then go below maybe 91 below that. Next sell, let's go 344 and then 499 above that. And I'd probably have a bigger number. In fact, with that, bigger number for amount you'd sell, but even a bigger amount for the price I'd probably do, in case it has any kind of wild move like that. So we're looking for below 161 or below, or 344 or above. Not there, not there. 141, so that means this one would get hit. Last time it was 42,000. What does 66,000 do? It was 0.106. That's pretty much the same number. Let's go with it. Okay, so let's bold that and bold this. So with last trade in at 161, let's buy back in at 111, put a fancier one here at 41, maybe put a sell order at 249, and then again at 544. And it goes well, a 111 or below or 249 or above. Okay, I'm just going to move this down. There we have it. So we're on day 38 now. 167 and 148 at the high and the lows. Nothing. Bitcoin up to 281 now. And nothing here. Getting close to breaking the 200 number. Still not even close to the 111 buy, or even yourself for that matter. Up to 200 again. Not breaking it. 150 is holding spectacular here. Alrighty, 111 or 249 are the numbers I'm looking for, and it's falling down from that 200 that was holding, but 150, 148 area all holding. Well, there's 260, and that breaks that would sell the 249. So 44,000 will go. A little more each time, but obviously less from what I buy. So keeping that 0.1 number in play. Value now $435 for 1.67 Bitcoin at this time. No reason yet to sell against the dollar. Obviously, when you had Bitcoin before over 1,000, it's down to 260. It really is accumulation point at that point, so I'm not looking to sell it. Not now, anyway. And back to the game. So 249 last trade. We'll buy that back at say 161. Put another order in at say 71. And next order in at say 339 and then 599. Okay, 161, 339 are the two numbers. There's 166, that's close, and not quite there or there. 146 would make it. And 44,000 last time for 0.1. Let's take a look at see what 68,000 would do. I'd say 0.109 for that matter. Let's go 74. 0.108, so that's close enough. Let's bold that. And bold that as well. Let's move on to the next one with the last trade again at 146. So we'll put a buy order maybe at 101. Below that, say 56. Sell it maybe 249 and again at 529 if it goes to there. Okay, next day we have a 134, 148 differential. We're looking between to go pretty much to 100, which 115 is close there, or up to 249. And a few days go by where nothing happens, and that's part of this game. Let's cut this, scroll some more rows down, and there's 1,500 of these rows. So to think that this is a long game, but doing these types of exercises, I think, can really help people trying to just figure out how to trade position sizes, just get experience for it. So when the real thing happens, they have this to back them up on. Everything was 137 that day. And we're waiting. It looks like the 101 is going to hit next. It's playing in the lows there. 120 is in there. 135 high, but up to 177 and 224. That's close to the 249 and pulls back the next day. Bitcoin prices at 235 still, so they're not going up, at least not yet. And with 101, 249, the differential, nothing even close. Again, at the lower end, meaning we're probably going to buy next, but I don't know. And I don't because I don't have every day memorized. I know this does go up long term. Okay, 110, 110, 104, but not quite. And we're on day 109, 110. And I don't have to, I can put 2 in here, doesn't matter the number that I do. 101. Okay, I missed it on that one, but either way, both days are the fine. All right, so a 101 buy, which means we're buying back this one here when it was sold at 195. We sold 42,000 for 0.08. What would 68,000 do? Oh, so that's we got way more than that. 82,000. That's 83. So let's go 76,000 and even 79. And a small gain in Bitcoin. So we'll bold this and bold that. 1.2. See, the Bitcoin value is down to 1.24. Still worth $288. Owning 428,000 of these. 0.81 Bitcoin in the bank. Let's go back to this game again. And after the 101, let's say buy at, say, 71 and order at, say, 36. Maybe sell 149 and go 429, something like that. So 71 or 149 I'm looking for next, and there's 179. I could have got better too. But we have to take 149 in the spot. And after buying 79,000, let's do, let's up to like 60 grand. And go for this in here. So 149, we'll bring that back down to 101. Put this to 55. Maybe go 242 and 555. So 242 or 101. 220. And there's a 242 that would hit, and it even closed at that point. So 242 sale in here. 60,000 sold last time. You own 368,000. So let's go 50,000 this time. And it's higher, 0.12. I was even thinking 48, but I still think this is a good amount because it's under 20%. And you're doing more than a 20% move here. So I'm comfortable selling 50,000 at this point. Your Bitcoin number's back up to 1.79. Price hasn't went up yet. So let's go back to so with the last trade coming in at 242. Let's do the buyback at say 161. Have another order in at 80. Maybe sell the next one at 339 and then go 629, something like that. Okay, so is it going to go over 3, below 2? Because 1 has to happen for a trade. Right now, neither is happening. It's almost below 2. Day 134 now. And I'll just keep on going till we find a 204, getting closer, but 300 now. $350, that would hit the 339 sale. So I want to sell less than 50, but I want to sell it for more than 0.12. What would 40,000 do? Okay, we'll go with 40 then. Bitcoin price is still at 248, but now the Bitcoin value on the trade's worth about 1.95, so that's all good and dandy. And again, 339 was the last move, so let's go 222. Below that, maybe 105. Let's go, say 489 and say 777, the slot machine next. And 493. That's enough to get the 489 trade. And keep on going less. What would 32,000 do? Do we get that close to 15? Yeah, I'm going to go 30,000 now. Oh, 31. I want to get about 15. That's why. Okay, that's into play. So 489. Bitcoin prices remain the same. No need to sell it. I got 1.3 of them. So when I get so much and they're high, I mean, yeah, why not? Especially when I know they could retrace lower. Okay, so with the last trade in at the 489 mark, let's buy that back at 344 with another buy at 144. Sell the next one at say 677 and then say 1125. And it's holding in there with the higher prices still. In fact, I got wait a second, 344. Yeah, I would have bought that. How did I miss a few of those? Let's put the 344 in. So last time it was 31,000. Let's see what 44,000 would bring in. About the same. A little less. Let's go 42,000. Bold that. And bold that. So after 344, let's go 251, 122 below that. Sell it at for even in the 500s, 526 and 1222. So either 526 or 251. $438, that was close, but it retraced back. Close to 251 there. And still hanging in there in the low ones. There's a 241. So let's go 251, and we're buying back this one here. 40,000 before got us 0.135. What would 52,000 do? 130. Done deal. I'll make that trade. Okay, 251 last trade. So next one. And where are we buying back from here? We'd be buying back from the 242. So let's look at, say, 161. Put in our order at, say, 90. After to the 244, I definitely want to sell in the 3, say 349, and then put another order. I push page down. 777, we'll do the slot machine. And move this lower. Okay, 161, 349 are the two target numbers I'm looking at. As well as Bitcoin. But it's been staying this whole game for 178 days in those 200 range. Well, up to 277. We had 300 before, but anyway, I'm looking for the price to either go 161 or 349. Well, there's the 349 with this one here. Okay, the ownership is 341,000. Let's stick in a 40,000 trade. So after 349 buy, let's go say 233, maybe 125. After 349, I gotta think maybe around 500 even. And then so so 233 or 496, which on this day it has 220. Last time it was 40,000. Let's 54. What would that do? Even more, 58. I'll take that one. So gain of 18,000 coins on that trade, basically. Bitcoin price is a little higher. You doubled your Bitcoin value. You're worth 593 at this time. You own more than one Bitcoin. So technically, you could always think, okay, I'm going to do another coin here and there. And in reality, you would. But for this example, we're just going to keep it simple. We've still yet to make a trade against the dollar, but until I see this thing getting close, I have to think about Fibonacci percentage like 7, 800 to first start selling. Sell small at 800, sell okay again at 12, and then sell at the key points like 24,000 and then 4,000, and really 6, 7,000 just gets extreme. And it goes to 20, but that's how I'd be thinking at the time, though. All right, so back to in here with the last move in at 233. Let's do a buy, which will be buying back from 242. Let's do like 151. 80 here. Let's sell it, say 349, and then put this back to the slot machine. So either 349 or 151. Okay, there's the 349. And we'll do 42,000 again. Okay, let's do 226 this time on the buy. 495, 899. That's where I'd be looking to sell. Make this sure this is greater than 0. So 226, we're close to 5. Well, we're looking closer to the buy. But it's holding the 235 area big time. Well, there's 458, but we're looking to sell at 495. And still looks like we might buy here. There's 229. That's not quite 226. That is at 223. Okay, we had 42,000 before, and then let's just do 60,000 here, even 62. And move on again to after 226. Let's buy back at, say, 141, 75 in here, maybe sell at 349, 822. 204 days. Oh, this is most certainly going to be multiple parts now that I'm close to a half an hour in. Okay, we're looking for 141, 349. And if you're wondering how I do this, I'll explain to this later on, but I need someone in the comment section to say, yeah, explain how I can set it up this way. And if you're interested, I got it set so that whatever number comes in, these things just appear. Well, first off, if you look at the formula, if A209 is greater than 0, then go to raw data field and give me this. If not, give me 2 quotation marks, which is nothing. So that's how you do it. So I guess I just explained it. All right. So again, 141, 349 we're looking for. And nothing. It looks close to the sell at 310. I mean, you have to go well below 2 here, and it's holding the mid 200s good. 20 points off there. And we're on day 228. Day 231. So it'd be almost a year. Bitcoin prices just staying the whole time in the 230s, 240s, up to maybe 300 a bit. But obviously the coin has done well for your portfolio going up like it has, and then the trades that have been made. Still looking for 349 or 141. Ooh, there's a big one, 433. No uppers, or yes, lowers, have been hit. Yep, a 433 would be the next one. And within those, you just sell more aggressively in those two because usually they're just going to pull back fast, either instantly or via that through normal trade. Alrighty, okay. Well, last time it was selling 42,000. Let's do what? Well, 38,000 is still like 10%. So go for the nice little score here. And what I can do later on is just move some of these lower. But I won't do that yet. What I'll do is copy the ones that are bold, paste them lower, and then remove them files. So I'll take all of these, and this. And even the original buy too I wouldn't need. Up top, that is. But for now, the last trade is in at 433. Or no, 349 rather. I believe it was... Yeah, because of this. But I already sold that. Okay, that's because my last play before was a buy. That's right. So in that case, I would actually sell like 44,000 then. Okay. Okay, after 349, let's go 49 and 996. And let's see what the next one is. 600. There we are. 49 sell. And let's go 40,000. Pretty nice increase, but when you own this like over 300 and that's barely over 10%, yeah. In fact, when you get to a point where these things are really high, you have to ask yourself now, at 600 Satoshi, is this starting to get up a little too much? Maybe sell a little bit more. Uh, but for now, let's not do such. If you get a lot of sellers in a row, though, you almost have to. But it's only two with the bolds on here. So with 489 being the last trade, let's buy that back at 306. Have another one in for 155. And let's go 779 and 1689 for the next orders. Close to the 779, it got to 750 there. Back up to 720, 749. Closer to the high than that. Although I was going to say closer to the high, but there's 395 with the buy order at 306. Now it's close to neither right now for the most part. It's in the middle of where we want to buy or sell. Day number 260. Bitcoin prices remain in the 200s. Ooh, 601. But we're... Oh, wait a second here. Let's just reverse that because I got 306 and it actually hit it this day here. And that's after selling 40,000, so 56,000. Let's go 60 even. Oh, for sure. Gain 20. And now we have 2.26 Bitcoin, starting with one, owning more than one. 355,000 of these, worth 555. But Bitcoin prices have pretty much stayed unchanged from the time. Still, no trades against Bitcoin as well. Prices stayed the same. And probably won't be trading until, obviously, until another part comes into play. So with 306 at the last trade, let's go 206, maybe 122. I would go 499. I remember that number came up. I actually even forget what it was. 601. Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to go to 6. Why am I going to sell at 499? I don't know. In real life, of course. So 499. Last time we did 40, so let's go 46,000. I mean, that's like, you have 360, yeah, easy. Now it's worth 0.22. So with 499 at the last trade, let's look to buy it back at like 302. Put another one in there. Let's look to maybe 726 and then 1599. Although it's starting to get pretty high, this thing. If it gets to 4 digits, you almost want to be like, or so many cells, let's just go really aggressive and roll the dice and take your chances. Okay, so we're looking for 302, 726. And given that this is 33 minutes, I'm going to end it very shortly, part 1 that is. So Bitcoin price is up to 300 here. Again, I wouldn't consider selling any until about like the 6, 700, 800, which is that Fibonacci 61.8 from the lows, which would have been around 200 and the $1,200, $1,300 highs. Up to 300 for that, but we're talking about this going either below 303 or above 7.25. Neither one has happened. Okay, wait a second. There it did here. So 302 buy. Did 46,000. What would 64,000 do? Yep, that'll work. And let's move on. Let's go 203. Let's go 429. Let's go 449 even. And 1125. And let's go 105. Alrighty. Well, it goes up to 574 that day, so this sell would come into play. I guess I should have went near the 499 given that that's where I was before, but that's fine. And let's do, can we do 50,000 easy? Of course, the old 373. Okay, so after 449, let's go 281, 122, 629, and 1333. And I'd sell big at 1333 and buy big at 122 if those happen. Because again, I usually expect them to be instant winners way more times than not when they hit. But we can see here none of them have hit. I'd be curious to see if one's even going to hit because I don't know. But I'm going to keep it this way for the rest of this game. Price action at 400 for Bitcoin. And we're looking for, that's close to 281, but not quite. $330 for Bitcoin, 336, but price action's holding the threes here well enough, and obviously nowhere near that 629 number. I'll do one final, whatever the final trade is, I'll end the video at that. It should be 281 buy. I mean, it's so close to 307. Now 301. 296 now. There we go, 280. So 281. Coming off of 50,000. 70,000 work. Yeah, even 75,000. Gain of 25. So at this stage, with Bitcoin prices at 353, you've managed to get up to 2.36 Bitcoin, starting with one. You're up to 838 US dollars, starting off with like 250-ish. Owning close to 400,000 GRS, starting with, well, look at that. That's awesome. You have like 2,000 less from what you started. And yet you got 1.25 Bitcoin, which is a quarter more than you started to begin with before the buy even occurred. You had 0.68321 to start off with. So very, very good trades so far within this market. What I'll do in the next part, again, I'm going to move all of these lower and on the top of the screen. So what I'll do is I'll just put them somewhere like, just store them starting on like row 100 because it does add up the entire amount. And then delete, or not, yeah, remove these files. I will keep on the top this one, these two, this one, and this one. However, so with the last trade coming in at buy 281, I'm just going to put in here what the last move was. It was buy at 281. And now where would I put my next orders in? Let's go say 181 with another buy below that at 88. Sell maybe 477. I know I can go 499, but I'm fine with that. And go 1088. And that's where we will move on when we go into day number 309. There's over 1,500 of these. And this was 40 minutes almost, so this could be multiple parts. If I see within the comments section that there's interest for more parts, then that's what would motivate me to continue through, because I'm going to be curious to see how one would go, realizing that Bitcoin prices get way too high. It's a good idea to sell for dollars. And then what happens when you sell for dollars and the prices just go way too high, which in this case would be when we sell at the 600, 800, 1,000 level. And of course, it goes up to 20. So at that point, you're like, okay, I guess I'm not going to buy those back when I sold, say, back in like whatever fall, autumn day in 2016 kind of deal. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.